Good morning to one and all, and once again welcome to social science class. In this class we are going to see the chapter number 2, diversity and discrimination, the upcoming points. So I request you all have a notebook and a pen to copy down the important point from this presentation. Let's proceed. First, we are on the topic chapter number 2, diversity and discrimination. Today we are going to see the topic number 2, that's speaking inequality and discrimination. We are going to have the overview on the inequality and discrimination. What is inequality and what is discrimination? After that we are going to see the another topic on being discriminated against. So here in this presentation we are going to see and cover the two topics. Please move ahead. So next, inequality and discrimination. For the inequality and discrimination, first point is here. Discrimination happens when the people act on their prejudices or stereotypes. So these two words, prejudice and stereotypes, already we had discussed in our previous class, the first class. Now we are going to see this in the upcoming points. If you do something to put other people down, if you are doing something to put down the other peoples, if you stop them from taking part in certain activities and taking up jobs, or stop them from living in a certain neighborhood, prevent them from taking water from the same well or hand pump, or not allow them to drink tea in the same cups or the glass as other, you are discriminating against them. So by hearing this paragraph, you are understanding when the peoples are stopping, when the peoples are discriminating. In which way? So these are these way, right? First, if you are putting them down, not keeping us at our status. Then second, you are stop taking part. That means if you stop them, if you are stopping them to take part in the activities, certain activities you are not allowing them, then you are not allowing them to do the certain job or stopping them from living with us. Then preventing them to take water from the same well all the peoples are taking. Then another, not having the tea from the same cup in which they are having or from the cup or the glass. So finally all about us talking about you are discriminating them. So if you are discriminating against somebody, you are discriminating, so these many points you are covering, right? Here the topic is inequality and discrimination. By hearing this and by this reading all this paragraph, you are understanding what's the inequality and what is discrimination. How the peoples are discriminating to one another on the basis of their caste, on the basis of their religion, or on the basis of their region, languages, food habit, culture, and so on. Next, discrimination can take place because of several reasons. You probably recall from your previous chapter that Samir A and Samir Do were different from each other in many ways. So as you have seen in the first chapter, as I stated you, Samir A and Samir Do story in the chapter number 1. So that by taking the same example of Samir A and Samir Do, you can understand about the topic of discrimination here. For example, they belong to the different religion. This is an aspect of diversity. However, this diversity can be a source of discrimination. Both were belonging to different religion, but still they can be as that religion, Hindu and Muslim can be a religion as a source of discrimination. People can discriminate both of them. Group of people who may speak a certain language, follow a particular religion, live in a specific region, etc., may be discriminated against as their custom and practice may be seen as inferior. So, if we are moving in a certain area where all the ritual, language, everything is different, so we used to feel uncomfortable over there, right? But If we are seeing the people from our same language, same culture, we used to feel ease because to match up with them, to live with them. Okay. Next, another difference between the two. Samir was in their economic background. Samir though was poor. The difference, as we have read earlier, it is not a form of diversity but inequality. Earlier we also I stated there was an economic status gap was there. Samir ek and Samir do. There was a gap between two of them. One was from the rich family and another from poor family. People who are poor do not have the resources or the money to meet their basic needs of food, clothing and shelter. Please make a note of it. Food, clothing and shelter. The poor people, they experience discrimination in office, in hospital, school, etc., where they are treated badly because they are poor. Please make a note of it. So these points are speaking on the basis of economic status, how the peoples are discriminating one another. Next, some people may experience both kind of discrimination. They are poor and they belong to the groups whose culture is not valued. Tribal, some religious groups are even particular regions are discriminated against from one or more of these reasons. So by reading it simply, you can understand how the peoples are discriminating to the people, those who are not belonging from their same region, same religion or caste or language or adopting the same culture. In the following section, we will look at how a famous Indian was discriminated against. This will help us understand the way in which the caste was used to discriminate against large number of people. So here we are going to move in a certain section and going to understand about the father of the Indian Constitution, that means Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. We are going to talk about how Bhimrao Ambedkar was suffered with the caste discrimination. We are going to see in the upcoming present. Next, inequality and discrimination. So here I made few points for you which are very important. That's a gist I taken from inequality and discrimination. You have to go through it very properly. Point number 1. Discrimination happens when people act on their prejudice and stereotype, but they treat people unequally because they are doing prejudice and stereotype behavior. Then when people are stopped from using resources of the society, taking up certain activities or jobs or living in a certain areas, they are discriminated upon. So not to allowing them to use the resources, second, not giving them certain activity for the jobs and not allowing them in a certain area to live. So they are discriminated. Diversity can be a source of discrimination. Discrimination can be due to the religion, language, culture, practices, etc. Next, economic status can also lead to discrimination, as we have seen the story of Samir and Samir do. Both of them were having the economic background but totally different. And with that, one was selling newspaper, another was going to school from the same age. Poor people who do not have enough money to meet their necessities are discriminated by the society because they are poor. Moving further, by this you can understand, rather than having the discrimination between, so you can see about how the rich people and how the other people, see the face, those who are having the money power, those who are not having the money. By seeing this photograph, you can understand inequality and discrimination on the basis of money power. Next, on being discriminated. So here we are seeing the story of Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, father of Indian Constitution, had experienced discrimination due to his caste because he was belonging from scheduled caste. So people performing certain tasks were looked down by the society. This has formed on the basis of the caste system. People who perform menial jobs were placed at the lower rung of the hierarchy of the caste system. That means we are having the Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra, like that. They were treated as untouchable and do not enjoy equal rights in the society. We are talking about the phase and the era of Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, how a famous personality, Bharat Ratna, Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, father of Indian Constitution, suffered from the discrimination due to his caste. Later in his life, he fought for equality of the rights for Dalit, and discrimination not only stopped people from taking part in so and so. Next, on being discriminated, crying silently and frustration will happen to the people if we are discriminating the people on the basis of caste, religion and so on. By seeing the photograph, you can easily understand if we are discriminating any individual, so what is going to happen to their life. Frustration will be there and they are crying in silent. Next, here are the two famous people who fought for the discrimination until Mandela and Martin Luther King Jr. These faces are known to you. They fought for the discrimination which was happened to them, right? Apartheid, you can understand about, on the basis of skin tone, people used to discriminate each other. Point number 1 here. Chapter number 2, diversity and discrimination. We are on the topic number 3, striving for equality. How the peoples are moving towards equality, and we are going to discuss the question answers of this chapter. First, striving for equality. So people from different backgrounds fought against the British to get freedom. So that was how the peoples are coming together and they are fighting for the freedom from the Britishers. Our leaders were aware of the different inequality present in the country and how discrimination was practiced in the early India. So that was the phase we are talking about. The phase was of before independence. So the people from the different castes, people from the distant custom, so they used to discriminate each other. The writers of the Constitution also said that the respect for diversity was a significant element in ensuring equality. So these two photographs you can see about how the peoples from the different backgrounds coming together and fighting or struggling for the freedom. So this photograph is making us to understand people from any background, they are coming together, holding hands together and fighting for the freedom. That's India. Next, striving for equality. In that point, Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, as we had seen in the previous presentation, right? Many leaders such as Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar fought for the rights of the Dalits. These leaders set out a vision and goals in the Constitution to ensure that all the people of India were considered equal. On the basis of caste, nobody should discriminate each other. And this equality because is to unite all the peoples of the India to set that unity in diversity. All the people of the India should be together. Next, so you can see about that. This is the Constitution of India. Preface, we can speak about the preamble. One by one we are going to see. As per our Constitution, everyone has an equal right and opportunity. Point number 2, untouchability is bounded by the law. People are free to choose the kind of work they want to do. Government jobs are open for all. Government should also take steps to realize this equality for specialized, marginalized communities, those who are marginalized community for them, and thus India will become a secular country. So in that particular point, we are seeing the different peoples from the different. So here is the photograph of the preamble, the Constitution of India, preamble. Your each and every textbook, the NCERT textbook is carrying this, the preamble, the Constitution of India, the first page. In that it is stated about justice, liberty, equality, fraternity. By reading this you can understand about that by the Indian Constitution all the peoples are equal before the law or in the country. I request you all, what you have to do, you have to draw this preamble in the notebook in a very simple manner. This preamble you have to draw, this is your homework. Just make a rectangular sheet and write this all. No need to draw this design and all. Please see it carefully. Okay? So concept is clear to you. This preamble, Bharat ka Samvidhan, in English it is Constitution of the India preamble. Okay? Next. People enjoy the freedom to profess and propagate the religion of their choice without any fear of discrimination. They can choose any religion and they can practice them without any fear of the discrimination. All these ideas are enshrined in our constitution to maintain equality and diversity in the country, as I was reading about fraternity, equality, liberty and so on. The writer of the constitution also said that the respect for the diversity was a significant element in ensuring the equality. All the people should equal. For that it has been made. Next, this is one of the activity. I am placing it here. So when you will come to the school, at that time we are going to do this. Please read this and write down the discrimination which you have observed around you, if you have observed. Please note down the debate topic and bring your valuable point when you are coming to the school. Debate among students on the topic. Right? Men for the field and women for the head. Men for the sword and for the needle sheath. Men with the hand and the woman with the heart. Men to command and women to obey. To what extent does this Tennyson's poem conform to these gender stereotypes? We are going to have the debate on this when you are coming to the school. Please keep ready once for the debate. The discrimination or the stereotype behavior related to men and women. Moving further. Summary of this chapter. Discrimination happens when the people act on their prejudice, stereotype or inequality in the society. To put an end to this inequality, certain provisions are included in the Constitution. Proper care should be taken to maintain the diversity of our country. So these are the following points which speaks about the summary of this chapter. Next, moving toward the question answer. So question number 1 is here. Please see the question properly. Question number 1 is match the following. So match the following. A, B, C, D. And here it is 1, 2, 3, 4. So point are speaking about. First, two surgeons were sitting down to lunch when one of them made a call on the mobile phone. Then, to speak with a daughter who had just returned from the school. So A is the having the answer 3. The boy who won the drawing competition went to the dais, right? 4. On a wheelchair to collect his prize. One of the fastest athletes in the world suffers from chronic asthma. She was not that well off but had a dream to become an astronaut, which she did. So all the points are clear to you. Point number 1. So 3 is the answer. Point number B, 4th is the answer. Point number C, first is the answer. And point number D is The second is the answer. That's the match the following. You have to write this one to certain point, then directly write this third point in front of that. Don't write this question and then write the answer. Directly write the answer in your notebook. Let's check out how to write it. So you have to write like this. Solution. To certain, direct line to each point. The boy is on the bean chair. One of the fastest suffers from. She want to become. Like that you have to write in the notebook. Okay? Please see carefully. You have to write it down in your. Next, moving toward the question number 2. How can the stereotype that the girls are the burden on their parents affect the life of a daughter? Imagine this situation and list at least 5 different effects that a stereotype can have on the way daughters are treated in the house. So, in this question we are seeing about how can the stereotype that the girls are burden on their parents affect the life of the daughter. So we are going to see about what is the effect on the life of the daughter. Imagine this situation and list that 5 different effects that these stereotypes can have on the way daughters get treated in the house. So if they are thinking that the daughters are the burden, girls are the burden on them, so they are naturally going to be in disadvantaged situation. Let's see the answer. The 5 different negative effects are mentioned below. They don't receive proper love and care from the family because they are thinking the girls are burden. They discontinue their education, hence their dreams and goals are unfulfilled. They will not allow them. They don't get educated diet. They are asked to do all household work. They are not allowed to go out and make new friends. So this type of discrimination they are going to face and the stereotype behavior. But this is only for the answer. I request you not to write this second question in your notebook. This is only for the discussion purpose. In our home also, I am also having one sister, but in our family, in my family, never discrimination, never stereotype has been happening with my sister, and she was having all the equal rights and all equal enjoyment like me, or more than me. So you are experienced at your home also, you are having the brother and sister, both are treated equally by the parents. So this stereotype behavior has moved from the society nowadays. It is not like that. So moving further, not to write this answer. Now next question number 3. What does the Constitution say with regard to equality? Why do you think it is important for all the people to be equal? So this point is speaking about all the peoples in the Constitution. It is stated about equality. So what do you think it is important for all the people to be equal? So why? Because if all the peoples are equal before the law, as stated in the Constitution about equality, we are going to see the answer. Our Constitution says everyone has equal right and opportunity. All are equal to compete for government jobs. People can choose any kind of work they wish to do. Untouchability is a crime and is legally abolished. So these are the points. Next, the last question is there. The 4th question is there. We are not going to do it when you are going to come to school. At that time we are going to do this question number 4. Sometimes people make prejudiced comment in our purpose. So this is again divide the class into 2 groups. This question is for the class. So when you will come to the class, at that time we are going to do this question. In this question you can write your own answer also. Lastly, I request you all, please write the question answers in your notebook, which I mentioned not to do it. Please don't write. And thanking to each and everyone for watching the videos. Jai Hind.